Nearly 80 fast-pitch softball teams in the Pacific Northwest want their thousands of dollars in tournament fees refunded after they say they paid the state director for USSSA for those events.
But they say the money just disappeared after it fired the director. Fox 12's Sarah Hurwitz investigated this today. She has reaction from a coach and response from the organization.
Octane Fast Pitch was looking forward to their upcoming season, but they weren't sure if they were going to get that opportunity to compete in some tournaments when they learned that their thousands of dollars that they thought they'd paid in entry fees to USSSA just disappeared. They're ready for another indoor season. Ryan Bushnell is the founder of Octane Fast Pitch, a girls 14 and 16U competitive softball organization based in Ridgefield. He says they paid $3,000 in tournament entry fees to USSSA Washington Fast Pitch State Director William Canopy in October for upcoming tournaments, including one this upcoming weekend. Bushnell says the website directed teams to pay through a company called K23, which USSSA says was a separate company run by Canopy. But in November, he learned that Canopy was fired by the organization and the money was nowhere to be found.
So I read this email and they're saying that we can not honor the payment because it was through K23, and I'm like, that's not right.
Confusion spiraled. Where did the money go? Bushnell says he tried to get their team's money back. And
so I started investigating a little bit. We tried to email K23, no response. We called K23, no response. I'm like, well, are we on the tournament or not? Well, we need everyone to repay. I'm like, that's not going to happen. And I talked to other coaches, and they're like, we see we're on the schedule. Now we're not on the schedule. What's going on?
Shortly after, USSSA released a statement saying it terminated Canopy after learning he was recently charged with a felony, and it was conducting an internal investigation. Today, we spoke over the phone with its interim director, who said USSSA is covering the costs for this weekend's tournament and is hoping that Canopy will refund at least 80 teams for their entry fees for tournaments through early spring.
Bottom line is that USSSA is going to make sure that these kids are playing these events that they were promised to take place, and we're not going to let this overshadow their opportunity to play softball.
Kennison says USSSA is fronting nearly $15,000 in entry fees for the upcoming tournament in Centralia. Kennison also says that all teams who paid entry fees through Canopy and have not received a refund, they'll still be able to play in all tournaments as long as they show a receipt and proof that they've tried to reach out to him to get their money back. Kennison also says Canopy was taking payments for several other upcoming softball tournaments, between $60,000 and $70,000 worth of tournament fees that are nowhere to be found, including payments that he says were taken after his termination on November 15th.
We just want to handle this at the lowest level, make sure that we get the funds to the appropriate area for the services that are rendered, to make sure that the politics and business are kept out of the youth sports and the kids are the ones that are being taken care of here, being able to play the game of youth fast pitch.
For Bushnell and his teams, he says they're still frustrated and confused and have never dealt with something like this before.
But our team motto is one team, one fight. And we discussed as a group last night, when we say one team for this, it's for everybody.
And we did try to reach out to Canopy, but he did not return our calls. We are told that USSSA is planning on releasing a statement sometime tomorrow. In Vancouver, Sarah Hurwitz, Fox 12 Oregon.